Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're doing something really exciting. We are building a real, fully functional SaaS backend literally from scratch, and we're using Google AI Studio and Firebase to pull it off. We're going to build a web app called VoltFlow, and by the time we're done here, you'll have the exact blueprint to take this architecture and launch any app idea you've got cooking.
But before we dive into the code, let's just clear up a really crucial difference. A static website, it just sits there. It has absolutely zero memory. But a real web app, like our VoltFlow, actually remembers its users. It requires a login, it locks down user data, and it makes sure that if someone leaves and comes back tomorrow, everything is exactly where they left it. The state persists over time.
So how do we give VoltFlow that memory? Well, we use Firebase. Think of Firebase as our ultimate ready-to-use infrastructure. Instead of us sitting around building complex servers from the ground up, Firebase steps in and handles all the heavy lifting. I'm talking user authentication, secure data storage, the whole shebang. And it seamlessly connects with Google AI Studio.
So here is our 4-step blueprint for today. 1. User authentication. 2. Our Firestore database. 3. Firebase storage. And 4. UI and limits. Let's get right into it.
Step 1. User authentication.
Getting your users through the front door safely is absolutely crucial. And honestly, it takes just a few clicks in the Firebase console. You create your project, add a web app, and flip on email and password sign-in. But hey, here's a pro tip for you. Make sure you update the sender name in your email templates. When a new user signs up, you want them seeing an email from VoltFlow, not some generic alert. It instantly builds trust so they actually verify their account.
Now here is where the absolute magic happens. You don't even have to write the integration code yourself. Seriously. You just grab your Web SDK configuration straight from Firebase, copy it, and drop it right into Google AI Studio with a prompt just like this one. You just tell the AI to connect it, and boom! Just like that, your static site suddenly has a functioning, secure sign-up form with built-in email verification.
Of course, we also want to add Google Sign-In, because let's face it, we all love a frictionless experience. Now, if you test it out and it fails right away, don't panic. Google Sign-In actually requires your app to be live on a real URL to function properly. All you have to do is hop into your Firebase settings, paste your live URL into the authorized domains list, and you're good to go. Your one-click sign-in is officially open for business.
Moving on to Step 2. Firestore database. Now that our users are actually inside the app, we need a secure place to store their data. And it's really vital to understand the difference between your databases here. Think of Firestore as your filing cabinet. It's perfect for text, user settings, profile metadata, and notes. Firebase storage, on the other hand, is your heavy-duty warehouse. That's where you put bulky media like images and PDFs. For Firestore, we just go ahead and select the standard edition and pick a server region that's closest to our users.
If you're running a real SaaS business, privacy is completely non-negotiable. By choosing production mode, we get to write custom security rules that guarantee users can never peek at someone else's data. The logic here is super simple, but it is bulletproof. A user can only read or write data if their unique user ID exactly matches the document ID. No match, no access.
With the database locked in, we get to act like a project manager, giving instructions to a lead developer. We take this exact prompt, feed it right into Google AI Studio, and just ask it to add sections for files, notes, and team members. The AI goes to work, generates the dashboard UI, and wires everything up so that every single saved note routes directly to that specific user's private Firestore document. It's wild how fast it is.
All right, Step 3. Firebase storage.
To set up that heavy file warehouse we talked about, Firebase Storage does require you to upgrade to their pay-as-you-go Blaze plan. I know, pay-as-you-go sounds a little scary, but don't worry. If you set a strict $5 budget alert and make sure to choose a no-cost location for your bucket, you can safely build out your app and experiment while staying comfortably within those free limits.
And just like we did with our text database, we have to write security rules for this storage warehouse. We structure it so each user automatically gets their own completely isolated folder, and it's named directly after their unique user ID. Meaning, if they upload a highly private PDF, read and write access is strictly limited to them and only them. Plus, if they delete it in the UI, it gets wiped from storage entirely.
Let's actually see this in action. We give Google AI Studio this prompt to add file upload support. We literally just say, let users upload files from their device, store them, and link them to the logged-in user. The AI instantly writes all the complex logic to open up the device's file browser, securely transmit that file to Firebase storage, and link it perfectly to our logged-in user. It even handles all the delete functions. Finally, Step 4. UI and limits.
This is where we tie everything together into a real, polished product experience. The moment someone logs into VaultFlow, the entire interface becomes totally dynamic. Because authentication, Firestore, and storage are all constantly communicating in the background, the UI instantly recognizes the user, greets them by their name, and pulls their specific notes and file stats right out of the backend in real time.
Now, having a functional app is awesome, right? But a true SaaS product needs boundaries if you ever want to drive revenue. So to turn this into a real business, we are going to enforce a strict 5-file upload limit for our free users.
And how do we do that? With this exact prompt. We just tell the AI to enforce that limit. It writes the business logic that actively checks the database, and if a user hits that 5-file cap, the Add File button immediately disables itself, and a message pops up telling them it's time to upgrade. Just like that, your application is perfectly prepped and ready for a payment gateway like Stripe.
So think about what this means. With Google AI Studio writing the complex code and Firebase effortlessly handling the servers, the traditional technical barriers